Have you ever stopped to wonder how your online orders or even the groceries you pick up just sort of magically make their way to your doorstep?
It seems pretty seamless most of the time.
Right. But what's truly behind that seamless experience is something we often take for granted. Trucks. I
Huh.
mean, they move nearly 70% of all freight tonnage in the U.S. That's huge.
Absolutely enormous.
So our mission in this deep dive is to
Right.
unpack how the trucking industry, which, well, for decades was surprisingly slow to change, is now undergoing this really fast-paced revolution. It's being driven by new startups and, crucially, powerful mobile apps.
Mm-hmm.
And this transformation is making shipping faster, cheaper, smarter, and, even greener.
Yeah, and when we talk about freight, it's good to clarify. We're really talking about the backbone of commerce moving big stuff.
Right.
Everything from your groceries, clothes, furniture, electronics, you name it. And while, yeah, you've got trains, ships, planes, they all play a part.
Sure.
Trucks are really the arteries of the system, especially for that final stretch.
So it connects directly to us.
Exactly. Every snack restock, every gadget delivery you get,
Yeah.
it relies on this really complex trucking network. So a smarter, more efficient trucking industry that directly improves how goods get to you on time and hopefully at a good price. It really impacts your daily life.
Okay, so to really grasp the scale of this shift, this revolution we're talking about,
Huh.
we need to paint a picture of what came before. Let's talk about the old way.
Right.
Or the specific bottlenecks. I mean, the really frustrating inefficiencies that defined trucking back then. Give us a sense of what a day looked like.
Well, imagine trying to run a huge, complex supply chain using like a system of sticky notes and endless phone calls.
Wow. Okay.
The old way was incredibly manual, just piles of paperwork, constant phone tag between shippers, brokers, and trucking companies. Orders scribbled down, maybe faxed.
Taxes.
Yeah, exactly. It was slow, really prone to errors, and it just created these huge delays and honestly financial losses at pretty much every step.
And wasn't there a big issue with empty trucks?
Oh, definitely. That was a massive inefficiency. Trucks often drove back completely empty after making a delivery. We call that deadheading.
Right.
It's just a monumental waste of fuel, driver time, and money. And just finding the right truck for a specific shipment, that could take hours, sometimes even days.
Days.
Seriously. And forget real-time tracking. There was basically none. You just sort of sent the truck off and hoped it showed up when it was supposed to.
Just crossed your fingers.
Pretty much. And maybe the most critical part, especially for the drivers themselves, the pay.
Ah, yes.
It meant significant financial hardship. Drivers often had to wait, a month, sometimes even longer, to get paid for a load they delivered.
A month or more. That's tough.
It's incredibly tough. And it wasn't just an inconvenience. Slow payments have historically been a primary reason drivers leave the industry. That turnover costs billions and contributes to that chronic driver shortage we always hear about.
Okay, so that definitely sounds like a system just begging for disruption.
Hmm.
So how exactly have these mobile apps, this new way, fundamentally changed those challenges? How do they tackle those specific pain points you just laid out?
Well, the mobile apps are really the catalyst here. They've brought trucking into the digital age, Think real-time matching. It's like Uber, but for trucks.
Okay.
Apps instantly connect shippers who need something moved with drivers who have the capacity and are nearby. It applies those on-demand principles we see elsewhere directly to freight.
Yeah, and the empty trucks.
The deadheading.
That's a big one. Apps tackle directly. They actively find new loads for trucks on their return journeys.
Hmm.
Algorithms match them up, dramatically reducing those wasteful empty miles.
Makes sense.
You also get granular real-time visibility. Like you can actually track your cargo on a digital map.
Just like tracking a pizza delivery.
Exactly. It gives shippers and receivers that same peace of mind. Plus, digital paperwork for contracts, bills of lading, receipts, that's eliminated lost papers, sped up processes, helped with compliance, and the driver payments.
Crucially, yes. Payments are often instant now, or maybe within a day, processed directly through the app.
Wow.
This directly tackles that huge issue for drivers, ensuring they get paid promptly for their work. It's a massive improvement for their stability and livelihood.
That kind of precision and speed. I mean, for such a massive, traditionally physical industry,
Yeah.
it's genuinely transformative. Could you maybe walk us through, like, step by step, how one of these apps actually works in practice?
Absolutely. So it usually starts with the shipper, right? A company has goods to move.
Okay.
They open an app on their phone or computer, much like any other app, and they post a load. They'll put in the details. I need to move 100 boxes from Dallas to Houston, specifying, the size, weight, pickup time, delivery deadline.
Got it.
That information is instantly broadcast to the network. Then, truckers nearby who are using the same app, they get notifications on their phones.
Right on their phone.
Yep. They can quickly review the load details, the route, the pay, the timing. And if it looks good, if it works for their schedule, they just tap accept to take the job.
Simple as that.
Pretty much. And the app's algorithms often suggest smart pricing too. It's based on real-time factors like distance, current fuel costs, market demand, trying to find a fair rate for both the shipper and the driver.
So it's dynamic pricing.
Exactly. And once that load is accepted, everyone involved, the shipper, the driver, sometimes even the end customer, gets access to live tracking on a map.
The pizza tracker again?
Basically, yeah. You can see the truck's location, the estimated arrival time, maybe even alerts about potential delays.
That's incredibly useful.
It really is. Then, after the shipment's complete, the proof of delivery, all that digital paperwork gets processed automatically, and the payment is streamlined, ensuring the driver gets paid quickly, often right through the app itself.
It honestly sounds like an entirely different universe for logistics compared to the old way.
It really is.
So if we connect this back to the bigger picture,
Yeah.
why is this transformation such a monumental shift? What are the broader impacts?
Well, it's a game changer because the impacts ripple out across the entire supply chain and honestly, far beyond. First off, we're seeing significantly faster deliveries,
Okay.
matching shippers and drivers, dispatching trucks. That now happens in seconds or minutes, not hours or days like before.
Huge time saving.
Huge. Then there are lower costs. By filling trucks more consistently, optimizing routes, and drastically cutting down on that wasted fuel from deadheading, those savings can eventually get passed along to businesses and even consumers.
And you mentioned greener.
Yeah, absolutely. It's becoming much more eco-friendly. Smarter routes mean less mileage overall. Fuller trucks mean fewer trucks are needed on the road than otherwise would be. All that translates to less fuel consumption and lower carbon emissions.
That's a significant benefit.
Definitely. And maybe most importantly, think about the drivers. For them, it means easier work, less time spent finding loads, less paperwork hassle. It means faster, more reliable pay, fewer frustrating delays. It genuinely improves their quality of life and helps stabilize that vital workforce.
It really touches every aspect.
It does.
Now, to really grasp the momentum here, let's look at some numbers. What's the data telling us about this mobile-driven revolution? I saw, for instance, the transportation management software market. It's projected to skyrocket.
Yeah, the growth is pretty staggering.
From like $19 billion this year, 2025, to potentially $77 billion by 2033. That's enormous growth.
It really is, and it signifies this fundamental shift, right? Companies are moving away from just owning big fixed assets towards leveraging agile software-defined logistics. It's that whole software eating the world idea playing out right here in trucking.
And sustainability seems to be a bigger focus, too.
Definitely. We're seeing data showing around 22% of businesses are specifically prioritizing sustainability features in these transportation apps. They're focusing on things like dynamic routing to actively lower their carbon footprint.
Okay, and what about the old problems, like manual work?
That's another big data point. Over 38% of logistics companies are highlighting how these mobile apps have just completely removed manual tracking and paperwork. That means dramatically fewer errors, faster processing.
Makes sense. And AI is playing a bigger role.
Oh, absolutely. These apps are increasingly using advanced AI. It's going way beyond just simple rules. We're talking predictive analytics, machine learning.
For what specifically?
For things like optimizing routes in real time, forecasting potential delays due to traffic or weather, and even more intelligently matching loads to the perfect truck based on complex factors.
And the underlying tech, like 5G.
Yeah, the rise of 5G connectivity is crucial. It enables that near-instant communication and tracking updates for fleets that are constantly on the move. It makes real-time decision-making truly possible.
Okay. And I've heard about IoT devices, too.
Right. Advanced fleets are integrating Internet of Things devices more and more. They're getting data on everything from tire pressure and fuel levels to even live dash cam feeds.
Wow.
All that data improves safety, helps with predictive maintenance before something breaks down. It's really powerful.
And looking even further out, self-driving trucks,
Yeah.
electric trucks.
Yep, that's definitely part of the picture. You've got startups and big players like Tesla and Waymo actively testing self-driving trucks, and electric trucks are starting to hit the road too, promising autonomy and zero emissions for the highways of the future.
It all fits into a bigger trend.
Exactly. It's all part of this massive global mobile app economy, which includes these logistics apps, of course. It's expected to reach over, what, $613 billion this year, 2025? It just underscores the sheer scale of how mobile is driving commerce.
That's incredible context.
And what's really fascinating is seeing how specific companies are actually pioneering this shift. Each one seems to have its own unique angle, its own 2025 edge, so to speak.
Like who? Give us some examples.
Well, you've got Uber Freight, for instance. They obviously leverage their experience from ride sharing.
Right.
They offer instant load posting and driver matching, connecting shipments with available drivers in, like, seconds. It's incredibly fast.
Okay. Who
Then
else?
there's Convoy. They're known for using really sophisticated AI algorithms for route optimization and load matching. Their big focus is on cutting those empty miles and significantly lowering carbon emissions.
So more of an efficiency and green focus.
Exactly. You also have companies like Keep Truckin'. They offer more of an all-in-one platform for drivers and fleet managers.
What does that include?
Things like GPS tracking, required digital logbooks to track driving hours, communication tools, and direct payment processing all in one app.
Comprehensive.
Yeah. And for companies dealing with international shipping, there's Flexport. They focus on orchestrating global freight movements, using analytics to simplify the huge complexities of cross-border logistics.
Tackling the global side.
Right. And let's not forget the owner-operators, the independent truckers. Companies like TruckLogic specifically support them.
How so?
They provide tools tailored for smaller operations, dispatching help, payroll management, tracking fuel expenses, managing paperwork. They even have features like instant document uploads from the road and detailed shipment tracking for their customers.
So tools for every segment of the market.
Pretty much. Each of these players isn't just adapting to this new digital landscape, they're actively shaping it.
Okay, so when we piece all this together, the apps, the AI, the new hardware, what does the future of trucking really look like? What are the key trends that are going to reshape this industry even further in the coming years?
Well, the future of trucking is definitely shaping up to be intelligent and increasingly sustainable. We're almost certainly looking at a world with more widespread use of self-driving trucks.
You think that's really coming soon?
It's progressing fast. The promise is reducing human error, which is a factor in many accidents, and dramatically lowering labor costs over the long term, though there are still hurdles, of course.
Okay, what else?
AI-powered predictive analytics will just get more and more sophisticated. Imagine systems forecasting not just traffic jams, but also adverse weather patterns miles ahead, or even fluctuating fuel prices along a route.
So they can adjust proactively.
Exactly. Allowing for proactive adjustments rather than just reacting after something happens. And green fleet technology will definitely accelerate. Electric trucks will become more common, more cost-effective, and we'll see advanced carbon tracking tools becoming standard, helping companies meet those ambitious sustainability goals.
Right.
Some platforms are even exploring blockchain for payments.
Blockchain, why?
Well, not just for speed, although that's part of it, but also for creating this immutable, completely transparent ledger of every single transaction. Think about it in an industry where trust and invoicing disputes can sometimes be a real headache. That kind of transparency could be huge. And finally, that enhanced 5G and IoT integration we talked about. That's just going to deepen. Constant, real-time data flows. We're talking live video feeds from inside and outside the truck, detailed vehicle diagnostics sent back to base, and dynamic routing that can adapt in milliseconds to changing conditions, all boosting both safety and efficiency significantly.
It sounds like a truly connected, data-driven future for trucking.
That's exactly what it looks like.
So let's bring it back to the listener. Why does all this tech talk, all this industry change, actually matter to you?
Yeah, that's the key question.
Well, whether you're a business trying to move goods efficiently or just a regular person waiting for a package, these innovations mean your stuff likely arrives faster and potentially cheaper.
Right.
Deliveries become more reliable, more predictable, and you get that trackability, that peace of mind, knowing where your order is.
Plus the environmental benefits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The planet benefits from less pollution because of those smarter routes and eventually more green vehicles. And let's not forget the truck drivers.
Absolutely critical.
They're so critical to our economy. And this shift means, ideally, steadier work, less administrative hassle, and quicker, more transparent pay. The trucking industry might not seem glamorous on the surface,
Maybe not.
but these startups and apps are quietly transforming one of the world's largest economic sectors. They're making sure your world keeps moving smoothly and efficiently.
There's a good analogy here, just like how Netflix completely revolutionized how we watch movies.
Right, goodbye Blockbuster nights.
Exactly, from blockbuster to on-demand streaming. In a similar way, these trucking startups, armed with mobile apps, are fundamentally flipping the whole freight shipping industry upside down. It's this powerful mix of technology, innovative thinking, and smart execution that's building a future where shipping is just easier, cleaner, and faster than ever before.
So what does this all really mean for you listening right now? Well, next time you see a big rig rolling down the highway, just take a second. Remember, it might just be running on some of the smartest, most connected tech on the planet, all working to bring the world, quite literally, right to your doorstep.
Hmm.
And this raises, I think, an important question for you to ponder. Now that you know how much is changing, how do you think this mobile revolution will continue to reshape things? Not just freight, but maybe our daily lives and, importantly, our expectations for how quickly and how transparently things get delivered in the future.